I've previously documented in last episode what looks like moon growths, or it's peculiar. It's like coral formations on rocks. I've shown that in the previous episodes, but now all of a sudden it seems to pop up in the landing site of Apollo 14. So this is the annotated landing site panorama shot. Now when we come to this area, they look like just grapes. They're everywhere. There's a very bright one there sticking out. And if this is enlarged, you'll see round ones. There's tubular ones there. I'm very surprised what that could be, just sticking up like that. Could it be just a protuberance going out? So they're like, here they look like a formation of grapes. You see them there as well. And on the previous episode shots where I found the new UFO ET near the crater, I'll just go and pause. That was near the cone crater. You saw that peculiar ET bobbing its head up out of a hole in the landscape. See those round peculiar objects there? They don't talk about that much, as though they don't want to indicate there could be a growths happening there on the landscape. If there's any indication of growths, that would indicate life, and that might expose the chance of the bases on the far side of the moon being a reality into ETs. Here they are there. They're like peculiar rounded formations, so it could be obviously a molten lava that's just formed bubbles, but in the previous episode it was actually seen to grow on rocks and form these peculiar shapes on rocks. Here they are there. They're like 2 or 3 or 4 rounded protuberances. It's as though it's a crop of these rather than just normal moon soil, which is just a powdery. Here we go. We got some there as well. There's about 4 or 5 there. And NASA never wanted to even mention what these things were or analyze them. I haven't read anything about them. Here they are there. Now the reason it seems they're actual growths or natural growths because they occur in denser areas. So it's very rare to see 1 or 2 on their own on landscapes. Here they are. They're all close together, and especially in this patch here. There we go. There's a patch of like 4 in one row, then the row behind it. Then there's just obvious normal landscape, and then sort of easy to see by scanning quickly. I think we passed the main crop. So it was in the darker area. Let's go back, and yeah, there it is. It's like, especially in that spot there, there's just heaps and heaps there. So that's the area we'll just try to analyze. And here's a very interesting one. Look at that. So it forms a V-shaped structure there. Look at that. There's all these little ones around it. I'm not sure if you can magnify this yourself, but there's a line there. And that's a whole row of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're just happening non-stop all the way around. It seems to resemble that perfect cylinder near the house rock, where it had all these round protuberances around the edge of it. That looks like a whole row there. Looks like a snake. There they are there. So it seems to happen in patches. Here we go. There's a larger one there. What looks like a few ones there. They're like crops. They come up in certain locations, then you don't see them anywhere else. And there's a whole group of them just laying there. Here they are sticking out of that little area. See the white individual like round shapes. Very peculiar. I wouldn't like to stand in that. I just wouldn't know what it could possibly be. And obviously if you stand in it, you can take it back into the Apollo capsule and bring it back to Earth. Look at it there. That looks like a growth. It just can't be anything from molten lava. If you have a closer look, forms a V there. It goes down, and there's one protuberance hanging off there. There's one other straight one there, and there's a patch of these things that look like growth. So it's like actually on Earth, down the bottom of the sea, you'll see these corals and stuff, and that's what I found in those ones on Apollo 16, which we can zoom to now. Here they are there. Now I'm not sure if the astronauts try to take this with them. It would only be 1/6 of the weight here on Earth. So we'll see those little protuberances here on that rock, and you'll see them around that, and that looks more like it shouldn't be there. It's like a alien-made or man-made structure, that one, the cylinder. But you'll see there's protuberances on that rock there as well. Right there you'll see them. Then you'll see these growing around here, there, and this looks like it's artificially made. There's no way that can be naturally made. Just as I accidentally scan that, and I normally accidentally find these things, this thing here is a perfect V formation. You see it there? I'm just trying to enlarge that. So right next to that rock where we had that other thing, looks like it was artificial, we have a chunk of whatever is there, and you'll see a perfect V formation on this upper end, and then just a straight line underneath. And then you got one more growth from that rock. See that V formation? That looks also alien formation. I don't think that could be a normal moon growth on the rock. See it there? It's a perfect V. I can't enlarge that anymore. You could actually see it by, that's it. Once you enlarge it, you'll see it popping up at you. It's a perfect bright V formation. Okay, that's something new for this one. I didn't see that before. So obviously the rule is when you see something that shouldn't be there, that's unnatural, you scan the nearby areas, and you'll find other things that are like, well, what are they? And these are those moon rocks I was telling you about, or growths. They're twitchy growths happening. See there on that rock as well. There's one thing round sticking out of there. Here they are on that rock as well. See those little protuberances? They're like growths on the rock. That one there has a few popping up. These ones on the rock surface, see them sticking up there. A few ones, 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. Right in that area there, you'll see those protuberances. It's as though they're actual growths on the rocks rather than they've been formed with the rocks. That one there just sticking out. Seems to be a peculiar... No, I can't really comment on these. They're just too abnormal. This is from the Apollo 12, so you just go to the view from southeast of the lunar module, and you'll come up against these. There's one footstep that just missed that. They're like coral growths. They've got processes coming off them. One's there as well, and they usually, as I said previous episode, this episode, they occur in dense patches. So we'll just go look for some now. Wow, I seem to miss this patch there. Look, it's like a patch of them growing there, right there on the landscape, and you'll see that one sticking out. I never saw that one before. There's a group there. You'll see the protuberances there as well. There. I don't know what to make of them. They seem as though they're growths rather than actually being formed with the rock. If we have a closer look at the landscape shots of Apollo 12, which are the most interesting ones that I found, we'll see what I've termed moon growths. don't know what they are. They're like appendages that would appear like coral growths down the bottom of the sea. We got one there. It's very nodular. It goes all the way across. There's one underneath as well. That resembles some sort of a lizard. On the horizon here, there's all these very bumpy objects, but I'm not sure how we can actually describe them if they're so far away. Actually, if we zoom close, then it's easy to see these things. There's one there. There's a group there. It's very nodular. Don't tell me the astronauts missed this or missed to publish these sort of photos. You've got protuberances coming off. The closer we go into these pictures, the ones that are closer up, probably show most of the evidence. It's as though it's a type of a nodular formation. There it is there. You've got square images. There's something there growing. Some of these have been censored. I found one where NASA's purposely reduced the resolution. It's like a little tree. I can't describe it any other way, but we'll zoom into that soon. So all across the landscape here we'll see these things that just look like growths, or even, I dare to say, lizards. See what looks like a serpentine type of creation here. There's the shadow. This can't be seen anywhere else on any of the other images. We've got here as well one coming through. Let's continue the scan. And for some reason Apollo 12 is where, when they landed, they found most of these are nodular, what look like barnacles on a seafloor. There's one there. That's a tubular process. It's more rounded there. It's nodular, bumpy. We'll zoom in on some more now. Just to show where we are again, down the bottom left, click Apollo 12. Go next to these shots, the view from the southeast of the lunar module. That's the picture we're referring to. Zoom in. And as you'll see, that's where we see these what look like barnacles all around. So if we actually go into this area here, you actually see it on the top how I'm zooming in, and just the beauty of these pictures are you can actually zoom in very close. Now we see